One of the things I like to do, and this particular thing works better when you've got the gongs spread out at different distances and at a more extreme angle from each other, but it's what I like to call musical chairs. You have a large gong, smaller gongs, preferably at maybe a 35 to 45 degree angle apart. You fire a control pair on the large gong and then a single shot on the small gong at the most extreme distance away from the first gong. And you practice that to, what it's meant to do is develop your target transitions. All right, let's try that a little bit, just to give you the idea. Real basic, real easy, not real formal, just a good way to practice transition in between targets. Another good type of rifle drill to practice with, if you want, is what's called control pairs from basically like a patrolling type position. So if you're walking or whatever, basically what it comes down to is control pairs from a traveling position. So if I'm in the low and ready, the gun's on safe, up to fire, back on safe, on fire. Same thing on the small gong, maybe one round on each small gong. Same thing on the big gong. That kind of stuff. Another type of thing that people tend to kind of look past is the likelihood that you might have to turn and fire at a particular object or person or threat that's to the adjacent side of you. And when you're on the range and you're shooting and just having fun, you don't think about your peripheral vision and what's around you. But that's another good thing to practice with rifle drills. It's the same thing we just did, except it integrates a turn into it instead of just coming up. So it's basically taking that one step further. And you should practice pivoting on both legs just to make sure you're comfortable with the process. You know, make it more deliberate so you center your body mass up on the threat. Because from a military standpoint, most people are going to be in body armor, and the point is to center the body armor on the threat so that if you do take a hit, it's going to hit the body armor and not another vital area. All right, so we'll try that again. Threat neutralized. Assess the threat. I know that that's kind of beat into the ground with a lot of these clinics and rifle camps that they give, but it's one thing to neutralize a problem and practice towards neutralizing that problem, but you also have to reassess the threats that might be around you. Slap the mag, pull, observe, release, tap the forward assist, and then fire again. According to the military, that's one of the things that they say will clear a malfunction in an AR 99% of the time. The way I clear a malfunction, if I get some kind of issue with my rifle, I usually don't slap the mag because I usually make sure the mags are seated very well all the time. What I do is I pull back, observe, release. I won't tap the forward assist. The main thing is when you're clearing a malfunction is to observe what's happening. If you haven't observed what's happening, then you haven't cleared anything. All you've done is gone through a system of muscle memory that you're used to just racking the charging handle, but if you don't observe, you're not clearing anything. So that's the most important thing, is to observe what's going on and make sure that it's been cleared up. If it hasn't, that's something you need to correct. All right, the vest that Chad has on right here, this is a load-bearing vest, or LBV, meant for carrying ammunition. These small pouches here are meant for hand grenades, but of course we don't have hand grenades, so that's a great place to put your small medical gauzes and stuff like that, or compresses. All right. One thing I want to mention about this type of arrangement. This arrangement is meant for reloading and basically fighting on the move. You're not going to be keeping your magazines or anything like that. One way that I've gotten around that in Iraq, what I used to do, I had a Pro Mask pouch, which is a large open pouch that rides on your leg, and you can position it where it opens on the upside, where you have basically just a big open empty pouch on your side. I didn't bring it with me, but if you're intent on keeping your mags and you're in a stressful situation where you don't think you may be able to come back, you can use the Pro Mask pouch on your left side or right side, whichever way you shoot, and your empties, just drop them in the open pouch, and that way you don't have to worry about repositioning them in the LBV. Another thing you can do, if you're wearing the actual BDU top, which has a collar, long sleeve, button down, and in case of the ones now, they zip up and they have Velcro, you can tuck that BDU top in your pants all the way, the whole top. Unzip it about halfway and leave it big and open and bulky in the center. And you can stuff your empty mags in that the BDU top. All right, you can leave this kind of popped in the center, and then you have the BDU top that opens there, and you can drop your empties in there. That's another expedient, quick way if you need to save your empty mags. So what Chad's going to do is just a few basic mag reload drills. He's not going to try to keep his mags, just going to dump them on the ground. You're going for muscle memory and just basically speed and precision and getting the gun back into action and on target as quick as possible.